Hey, good afternoon, baseball fans. This is Gorgo 2005, welcoming one and all to the channel today. Oh, we got some different things going on today. A little bit different than what our usual fare has been. We won't be doing any pack openings today, and I forgot to change my stream information to indicate that. But we'll just leave it where it is for now. It's harmless enough as it is. I don't think anybody's going to sue me for false advertising. So anyway, we're going to be looking at my three teams today and suffer along with some and maybe celebrate with one. We will see. We will see when it comes time to go take a look at them. But what I want to do is also give you fair warning, again, to repeat what I did yesterday. I think that the ad management situation has become much better in hand. I can't guarantee 100% of the time that I'll be preventing Twitch from giving you pre-rolls or giving you other types of ads. If you're a subscriber, you shouldn't see any ads at all. But if you're not a subscriber, you know, I still want to treat everybody with respect and try to give you guys the best content that I can give you. So what I try to do, and I'm running, what I'm doing is I'm running alarms that tell me, and you also, because you'll hear the same alarms I will, that when it's time for me to take a quick timeout and put up my AFK screen and run an ad. And that should happen 4 times over the course of today's stream. First one's coming up in about 8 minutes. The next one after that will be another 30 minutes after that, then 30 minutes after that, then 30 minutes after that. So I've got my timers are set. We are all set and ready to go. And I'll be able to run the ads on demand from my Stream Deck here. I've got myself a nice little handy dandy button. It's supplied by Twitch. It's part of the Twitch integration. Tabbycat666, thank you for your follow on the channel. Thank you. But it's part of the Twitch integration with the Stream Deck that allows me to run an ad just with the push of a button. So that's kind of a cool thing, and I can control that. I took as much control for my own ads away from Twitch and put them in my own grubby little fingers here. So we'll be trying to utilize things to the best experience of everybody here. At least that's the aim. That's what we're going to try to do. And we will go ahead and get ourselves started and see what's going on inside the game. So be ready. Here we go. Okay, so I'm in my number 1 team, the Flames, right now. We started the day with 22 packs. Those were 22 leftovers from yesterday's pack acquisitions. I had opened another 8 on stream yesterday, and the 22 that came in after that had me a tournament win. I had me some mission rewards, and I had a semifinal loss, I believe, somewhere in there. But I ended up with 30 packs total yesterday, of which 22 started the day for me today, because 8 of those 30 got opened up yesterday. So I've got 34 in there now because I just won another tournament. And I also have picked up 2 Twitch drops. I am currently working on my 3rd. I was late getting to the Fluffy Kitty Ninja show because I had other stuff going on, real life stuff, nothing with gaming. So I got to catch them for the tail end of their stream, about the last 30-some minutes of Commish LB's stream, and was able to grab a couple of drops out of that. And I've got a little bit of time towards a 3rd drop, and we're in the process of getting that one as I speak. And I've also got the automatic Chrome extension in there that automatically redeems my drops and automatically redeems my channel points for me, regardless of what channel I'm in. That is, if it's giving drops, excuse me, and there's my 3rd drop right there. Regardless of what channel I'm in, if it's providing drops, I automatically redeem drops as they happen, and I automatically redeem channel points, especially when I'm in somebody else's stream. I can't do channel points on my own stream, but I can on others. Now, I'm not going to go into how the Flames are doing just yet, okay? I do want to go out and do postmortems on my other 2 teams, and then I'll come back and take a look at the Flames, because there may be some cool things going on. We will have to wait and see, okay? Let's go visit team number 3. This would be my Juggernauts. Okay. Oh, I need to spam some Ace of Irons, so let me go ahead and get as many of those started as I can. And let's see how many have to enter on this one. I've still got 17 people to enter on this one, so I can go ahead and jump in and see how my juggernauts fared this season in bronze 220. Okay, let's go in and take a look. We got a little less than 4 minutes before we run our first ad. And later on today, we're going to do an historical exhibition between the last World Series winners that we had, the 1975 Reds, to go along with a mystery team that will be announced at the time we go to play the simulation. Okay, I ended the season with a win that brought me to 81 and 81 overall, ended up dead even. I had been, for about 80 to 90% of the season, I had been at the top or tied at the top or slightly behind or slightly ahead of those Madeline Nicks right there. We've been neck and neck all season, and we ended up exactly alike at 81 and 81. But what happened in the meantime, while we were busy beating each other's brains in, this big red machine, which I'm not totally brokenhearted about because I'm a Cincinnati resident, Cincinnati fan, the big red machine snuck by both of us and came up and won the division. So not entirely an unexpected thing, but it was a little bit of a surprise when I took a look not yesterday morning, but Friday morning, and I saw they were in the thick of things, the big red machine was, and threatening the position of the Madeline Nicks and myself. And as I revealed, I believe on Wednesday's stream, I'm sorry, I take that back. I believe I said on yesterday's stream that in order to make the playoffs in this particular conference, I was going to have to win the division because the wild card situation did not look good for my record. I would have to win the division to make playoffs. And if we take a look at the league standings, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Down here, I ended up, along with the Madeline Nicks, we ended up 5 games out of the wild card. It was pretty tightly packed in here. 4 teams within 3 games. 2 teams were tied for second and third in the wild card, and the winner of the wild card, the number 1 wild card, was only 1 game ahead of those other 2. This other team here, the Giannis Rams, 2 games in back of the tie for second and third place. So those 3 teams right there got to make it to the playoffs, and the Madeline Nicks and myself, we ended up having to sit it out and wait again for another season to happen by. So I get to fight in bronze another day, and that will start tomorrow. Take a look at chat real quick. Okay. Hey, good morning there, New Zealand Breaks. Okay, just got up. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you. I'm not going to give away too much too soon there, New Zealand, okay? I'm going to go pick those guys up on my way back. I'm starting with the 3rd team, and I'm going to work my way back to the oh, Roman today, Twitch is lobbying for the 1984 Tigers, the Sparky Bowl, 75 and 84. I've been thinking about that, but not this trip. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen eventually. I promise you that we're going to have the 75 Reds against the 84 Tigers. And it's going to be Sparky's first World Series win against his last World Series win. Okay, and there's my alarm. I'm getting ready to go run an ad. So everybody hang on. We're about ready to get it started. So let's go. Here's ad break number 1. Okay, folks, we are back. I trust that that was a very smooth ad break. It looked smooth on my end, and I hope it was for you folks too. So, long way around the horn. These juggernauts kind of took it on the chin towards the end of the season, but we ended up in a fine enough position that we will survive and play in bronze again starting tomorrow. And if I take a quick look at my managerial record on this team, I'll see how many consecutive seasons I have spent in bronze. This week coming up will be season number 5 in a row that I will have been in bronze. And I've made the playoffs the first season in bronze and the third season in bronze. I was hoping to do it again this time, but I just missed out by a little bit. So we're hoping to get back into the thick of it again next season. So that having been said, let's get out of here. And I need to go back here and see if I'm able to spam another Ace of Iron tournament, because this team is actually starting to win some packs from Iron tournaments. I think we got 3 yesterday of the ones we had left over here. 17 packs so far ever since yesterday's pack rip, and most of those were from purchases from card sales and also some from mission rewards that came out of finishing some missions with the cards that we drew on yesterday's stream. So this team right here, the Juggernauts, I would dare say, I still got 5 more teams to sign up for this tournament, but I'm not going to stick around and wait to spam another one. We're going to jump out and go take a look at the number 2 team, my Wildcats. And the password for this guy is there. Okay, I need to spam a quick Iron Best of 5, so I want to do that real quick. And there it is down there. Now, the Wildcats had a rough season. They had a really, really rough season. But we were able, barely, to make it out of the drop zone. I was dangerously mired in that particular area of things. Ended up 76 and 86, 10 games under 500, and at the basement position in the division, 17 games behind. The Corey Street Crushers, they took it pretty handily. They won the division by 11 games over the second place Acacia Avenue Troopers. Okay, so look at the league standings here, and we will see. I believe we're over here in, yeah, here we go. There I am at the basement down here again. And you can see Acacia Avenue made it in there with the final wild card. Now I want to look at my promotion relegation material here, and you'll see I ended up a healthy 5 games above the drop zone. So I was thankful for that. That means this team gets to stick around in silver for 1 more season at least. And they've been around for a while themselves. If I take a look at my managerial record with this particular team, I will be in silver for the 7th straight season. I was in gold for a brief time for 3 seasons, got slapped back to silver, and I've only been in the playoffs once since. So yeah, this team depends on the fortunes of whatever cards it draws. So whatever cards get drawn out of packs that are purchased, I don't buy cards with my perfect points. I buy packs with my perfect points. So whatever comes out of those packs determines how this team does, whether they make a mission or not, or whether or not I draw somebody a nice card that I can maybe use. So use on the main team, on the Wildcats themselves, or find myself some cards that I can use on my Iron tournament team. So yeah, that the win is going to stay there for the rest of the Sims, so it's not going to go away. So let's see, just for orneriness sake, I want to look at the postseason coverage here and see who's doing what. Okay, we are in sub-league series right now, and it looks like the Stafford Red Devils are up on the Warwick Hurricanes 2-zip. The Corey Street Crushers, the wild card team from my division, they must have won their division series. Now, I'll bet the division series was against the division winner. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. Sacramento River Cats, the Sun. Yeah, okay. Oh, Hurricane Staff. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, Corey Street came out and won their division series 3-1. And I got to take a real quick look. Yeah, Corey Street is. They're the ones who won my division. It was Acacia Avenue that was the wild card team. Okay, I got totally miscombobulated there. So back we go to where we were in the playoffs here. So in the wild card series, Acacia Avenue got beat by Corey Street. Okay, two teams from my division that were fighting each other in the wild card series. Then we go to the division series, and Corey Street won their division series 3-1. And these other teams won their respective division series. Now we're in the LCS, or the sub-league series, whatever you want to call them. And Corey Street is currently up in this best-of-7 tournament, 2-0 over baseball team. Stafford Red Devils are so far ahead of the Warwick Hurricanes 2-0. So best of luck to all the teams in there. So we are going to bow out based on that and see if I can maybe spam another Iron Best of 5. And no, I can't. I've got to wait for 4 more teams, but I'm not going to sit here and wait on those 4 teams to fill it up. Let's go take a look at my Flames and see what New Zealand Breaks might have been talking about. Because he was offering me congrats. Might have been a reason for that. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Archlick. Archlick. I managed to get lucky. Lucky as holy hell is what happened to me. So you're just here to steal drops? Hey, Bandit Cruising, congrats! You're going to silver. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll be showing the details here on Archlick's escapades with yours truly, and also another team that I played. Hang on just a second. Okay, my wife popped in for a second, but she's cleaning trash cans. Okay, so she came and grabbed my trash can. You know it was a trash can, because if she came in to grab a can and it wasn't the trash can, I might have jumped a little bit. So anyway, let's see. Let's see what happened inside of Perfect Team with my Flames. I've got all my Ace of Bronzes right now running fine. Because, folks, this old fart is 1 series away from the Diamond World Series, and look it. I won my opening game against these loaded to the teeth Canterbury Tales. I have been beating teams with many more good cards than what I've got, including Archlick's team, including the other team that I took on. This would be Sequest's Devil Dogs. He's also known in Discord as Mr. Devil Dog. We went. Let's go take a look at the postseason. I can't really explain it anymore. I'll let the pictures tell the words here. And we're going to take a look all the way back to the wild card series that I was in, because I was a wild card team, and I got to play the San Diego Swingers. That would be Archlick And we played these games in his ballpark, and I won both of them. Take a look at this guy's team, okay? Bear with me a moment. There he is, right there. Take a look at this team that he's got. Look at that. I swept a best-of-3 series against this team, okay? He's got all the hot cards. He's got a Babe Ruth in there. He's got King Kelly. That means he finished build a lineup, okay? He's got all those cards, all of these cards. And I took him 2-0. And I mean, like, GG's and better luck next time to Archlick, but I got out of that series 2-0. And how I happened to win those 2 games, I couldn't in holy hell begin to explain, other than call it wild card magic, call it whatever you want. But I won both ball games against this loaded team that could easily do well in Perfect League. Okay? So we get out of that particular round of playoffs, and then we go to the division series. And here is where I played up against Sequest, otherwise known as Mr. Devil Dog, in the division series. We took it to 5 games. And what happened in that last game? Let's let the picture tell the story here. I scored 1 run in the top of the 10th inning. We went to extra baseball in this one. I scored that 1 run in the top of the 10th. Pop Lloyd hit a run-scoring single versus Jose Rijo, and this would be the 100 Rijo, I believe. No, it's the 96. Okay. Dorsett had the 96 Rijo, not the 100 Rijo. So, anyway, here you see 3... Oh, yeah, you get to see my entire stable of closers that I have in relief. The 1990 Cincinnati Reds, they had the Nasty Boys. They had Norm Charlton. They had Randy Myers. They had Rob Dibble. Okay? Those Nasty Boys helped the Reds win the 1990 World Series. I've got not just 3 Nasty Boys, I've got 4. I've got the perfect Papelbon, I've got the perfect Nen, I've got the perfect McGraw, Tugger, and I've got the 99 Benitez. 4 premium bullpen arms that I have in my stable. Tugger right now is struggling the most. He's got a 4.5 ERA, but that's only in the playoffs. Let's look at how they're doing overall over time. Okay, Nen is carrying a 2.65 ERA. Benitez 1.57. Papelbon is the high one of the bunch at 3.18, and then Tug McGraw down here with a 1.29. Okay, I've got those 4 premium bullpen arms in there. I've got Tug set up as a lefty specialist as a secondary role. He otherwise is in middle relief. And I've got these other guys set up to go not too much later than middle relief to try to mitigate some of the fatigue. That was my biggest concern with having so many closers in my bullpen, was having overdoses of fatigue. But it didn't work out that way. It's been working out just like the 1990 Reds bullpen of 3 strong closing arms, which is what you had in Norm Charlton and Randy Myers and Rob Dibble. So I've got 4 such arms, and look at my fatigue level is very, very manageable. Okay? Even though Benitez, McGraw, and Papelbon made appearances in that last game, okay, or that game that you saw there, okay, the one that we had with the Canterbury Tales, okay, so all of them are doing pretty well. Papelbon sitting on 94%. Tugger is sitting on 97%. Benitez is sitting on 100%. Ooh, baby. Okay. Now, that having been said... Oh, wait a minute. That last game we looked at was not the Canterbury Tales. I haven't looked at them yet. I need to look at my Canterbury Tales game that I won. And there we are right there. Okay, we won game 1 in this best of 7 to see who's going to go to the Diamond World Series. Stay still, my heart. Don't beat out of my chest, okay? And I'm not on special heart medication, so I'm thankful for that. Let's look at the box score on this game 1 win over the Canterbury Tales, and I'm going to give you an idea of what we're looking at with their lineup. Okay, I showed you the one lineup I went up against. I don't think I showed you the Dorset Devil Dogs. Let's back up a little bit. Back up a little bit and go see Dorset, because I took game 5 off of them. Wait till you see what they have. Okay, they've got the build a lineup done. They've got King Kelly. They got Babe Ruth. They got Bullet Joe in there as a two-way player. Okay, there's Bullet Joe. And look at all these other strong cards. They've got all those nice cards there. But that's not all that they've got. Okay, let's see. They were showing Tug McGraw. He blew a save. Riho lost it. And I had, yeah, right. Okay, that was against Dorset that I had all 4 of my strong bullpen arms in. It wasn't the Canterbury Tales game. So that's why the bullpen is in fine shape, is because they had a day off to rest. See, I'm letting my excitement get in the way of my accuracy here. So anyway, Dorset, they had every little bit as strong a lineup or so it seemed, as strong as the San Diego Swingers under Archlick. Look at that team. Look at that team, will you? Okay? They do have, or they did have, King Kelly. They're using him as a catcher. Okay? They finished build a lineup. I don't have build a lineup done yet. I am about 4 or 5 cards away from finishing build a lineup. I've got 1 card to go on Ripken. I think I've got 2 cards to go on Minnie Minoso, 2 or 3 cards. And then I've got 1 or 2 cards to go on, oh gosh, who else is left there? Let me look real quick, see if I can figure it out. I've got Walker. Okay, I've got Maurer. Oh, Vida Blue. Vida Blue is my other build lineup I don't have done yet. I'm only 1 or 2 cards away for him, too. So once I get those 4 or 5 cards that I need, I'm going to get me a King Kelly, too, and maybe have all that black in my lineup. What I've got right now is not that terribly shabby. Okay? I do have Kevin Brown, Extreme Ground Baller, okay? I drew the other Extreme Ground Baller, Perfect Maddox, here a few streams ago. And I picked up Jerry Royce yesterday. Let me look at chat real quick. Okay, Bandit Cruiser. Okay, Johnny Fury. I would like to go to Perfect. I would love to go to Perfect, okay? I've never been there. You just opened all those, haven't sold them because I don't think you... Oh, I see, okay. Archlick says he has 0 judges. I have 1 judge. I accidentally sold one yesterday. I put it up for sale because it was a duplicate. I have 1, but he's on my reserves, okay? Okay. No, we don't want to sell those yet, okay? So N Fugit is saying he won 3 titles and they've all been from teams I thought were kind of the powerhouse teams I've had all wilted in the first few rounds. Okay. All right, I'm surprised that Nen pitched in so many games for me also, but I did have him in a dedicated closer role. Okay. He's appeared in quite a few games and he's done fairly well for himself. He's acquitted himself pretty well. Let's see here. All right, so we're all caught up with chat. And if I take a look at that NEN card, oops, I got a sim coming in. Game 2. Game 2, please, please, please. The Canterbury Tales are a premium team, and they have been the Perfect League. I'm pretty sure. Oh, good Lord. And I won these in their park. 7-6 with a run in the top of the 9th. Holy freaking. I bleeped it. I bleeped it. So this game is, or this stream is still PG-13. Oh, Lordy Neds. I wonder if my ticker's going to make it through this game. And like I say, I don't have heart trouble. But I could be like a Red Fox. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming. I'm coming. This is the big one. This is the big one. Until he said it once too often and actually did die on set, unfortunately. That was a sad case. But another story. So I am up on the Canterbury Tales 2-0 in the Sub-League Series. If I make it, oh gosh. I don't want to let my emotions get the best of me if the RNG deities are in my favor today. But we will see. I'm going to be quietly confident, but inside going, I just have to remember to breathe. Deep, timed breaths. And I'll be fine. Okay. Enough of that drama. Okay. I don't need that much drama. Oh gosh. I need this much drama right here. I do not need this much drama right here. Okay. So anyway, that's what my Flames are up to. I might get to play against the New Zealand Breaks. Oh my goodness. Okay. And New Zealand is saying, ha, go get him. He wants a piece of me, doesn't he? I think New Zealand wants to take a piece of me home with him over there to the island down under. Okay. So that'll be fun. That would be fun to see. In fact, I would love to see that. I would kill to see that. Okay. But the excitement's getting to be too much for this old fart. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's what my Flames are up to, and they are up to no good in the wild card department. And we are trying our best to fool all of the RNG pundits who would say, what in hell is that guy doing up against these other teams and beating them? I have no idea. It can't be managerial skill. It's all RNG luck. It's all just the flip of the coin. But the flip of the coin is favoring me so far. We'll see if it continues to favor me. Who knows? I might stop with 2 wins and not get anything else. Yes. So anyway, we've done just about everything here that we can do. And we've been at this. We have about 5 more minutes until we get to our next ad break. Let's just talk things over a little bit here, guys, before we move on to our historical simulation, okay? Let's talk things over a little bit. I'm going to jump out of here for a second. I want to go take a look at some of my tournaments, because I think I still had 3 tournaments running when I jumped in here. Yes, I still do. And I want to look at this longest running one because it's been running for a while. And I'm hoping that I'm starting to get dangerously close to some packs. Okay, and okay, we're tied up 2-2 with the Frankenstein Monsters. Oh, yes, master. Okay. They're running Nip winners up against me. Who am I pitching next here? I'm pitching Nap. It's Nip versus Nap. Okay. Oh, but look at how my Nap did in his only start so far. Haha! Went 3 innings and he has a 15.00 ERA. I'm not too confident about this next one coming up, folks. Oh, baby. Well, anyway, this one's going to go how it's going to go. I have no control whatsoever. Let's see. Anybody in chat saying anything? So, am I going to join Perfect next week? If I win my World Series, I might. Okay. You lost your wild card series in PEL? Oh, okay. But you get to stay up there? Congrats there, Laertes. Survival in PEL is a feather in anybody's cap. If I can... well, let's put it this way. I have never been to Perfect League when it counted. Okay? I have made it once to Perfect League. And it was when I was in Perfect Team 21. And 22 was already active. Okay? It didn't really count for anything because 21 was not the active game cycle. 22 was. I did make it to Perfect League in 21, but too late to really count for anything. If I can make it now, that'll be the dream. I'll be living the dream. All right. So, with that having been said, we're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Let's stay here and talk things over a little bit before we get to our next ad break, and then we'll start thinking about the 1975 Reds and their next mystery opponent. Okay. Laertes says his division had 4 teams in the playoffs. That's right. That's possible over there in PEL because they have all those divisions. They have They have 4 divisions in each conference. I think they have 8 divisions in PEL. How many teams end up making the playoffs over there? I haven't looked at that league in so long. I might have to look at them next week, but I'm not going to hold my breath looking for it. Okay, so I don't know if it's possible to have 4. I guess technically it would be possible to have 4 in Diamond, because there's you could have a division winner and up to 3 wild cards. 16 playoff teams. See there? There you go. 16 playoff teams, and we only have 12 playoff teams in Diamond. So they have 16 playoff teams, 8 division champs, 4 wild card teams per conference. Oh, baby. Okay. Thank you so much for clarifying that, Laertes 1. We appreciate it greatly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, we have less than a minute till our ad break. I could use it as some quiet time for my ticker. It's more drama for the old fart. Oh, wait a second here. I need to go in and take a look. I had some tournaments that I was in. There they reappeared. Okay. They had to reappear. Right, there's another drop that hit. I think I've only got 1 more to go, and I am done with my drops. So, we are less than 10 seconds away from our next ad break, so get ready. You're going to hear that alarm very, very, very shortly, and we will do just that. And here we go, folks. Be ready. You know, that music isn't half bad when it comes to relaxing stuff. I pulled that particular track out of a royalty-free collection that came with voice mod when I bought that particular app. It's in a collection of music called Lo-Fi Vibes, and in fact, both of my pieces that I do come from that Lo-Fi Vibes collection. Even though I'm not ripping packs today, this is the one that I use when I open packs, and it's using another track from the Lo-Fi Vibes inside of voice mod. Okay, now so I like those little royalty-free tracks because they don't get me in trouble with YouTube when I go to upload my VODs up to YouTube, so that they stay up there forever. I missed about 7 months worth of content uploading it because I was just getting lazy in my old age. But after somebody lost a video that they had been watching in Twitch and became expired, it was something that they were taking interest in. So I ended up doing a separate video, and I put it up on YouTube. What this particular person, they let me know through Twitter, on my Twitter account, that they were watching my tournament team building strategies, and that video went away. So as like a little bit of payback, and also giving homage to the inspiration that this particular person gave me, I created an on-demand YouTube video showing how I like to build a tournament team. And it's sitting up on my YouTube channel, which anybody can get to. It's named the same as this Twitch channel, Gorgo2005. You can find it extremely easily. And look for a video there that talks about tournament teams. Everything else is going to be a replay of a Twitch stream, and I believe it should say as much in the description of the video. So anyway, we are ready to go get ourselves into an historical exhibition, and it's going to be the 1975 Cincinnati Reds against a team that I will be announcing very, very shortly. And then we'll come back in the midst of the series, I think, if I can leave the series for a little bit. I hope I can, because I want to come back and see how my guys are doing, because this is the furthest that they've gotten in the playoffs in this game cycle in Diamond for me. So I could not ask for a more exciting set of circumstances. That's easy for me to say. Circumstances, not to be confused with circumcisions. That's another case. Okay, you've heard that the round table was designed by one of the knights. It was circumference. Okay, yeah, right. And they had a rabbi in there too. It was circumcision. Okay, so we're down here on the home team. We're going to have the 1975 baseball boom, and we're going to choose the correct year here, 1975 Cincinnati Reds. And there they are right there. They are the home team in this particular little exhibition. Now, the team that we're going to play against is not from the baseball boom. The team I want to play against isn't even from baseball's rebirth, which is where the 1927 Yankees went. I want to go dead ball. I want to go dead ball, and let's see if you can figure out who I'm going to go for next. Does that year give you a clue? Does that year give anybody in chat a clue about where I'm going next? Okay? Thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate the kind words. Okay? Okay? Now, if you can guess who we're going to put up here from 1919. You remember what was so famous about that year? That was the year of the Black Sox scandal. Black Sox, yep, Chino's 1976 got it. And who did they throw the series to? They threw it to my Reds. So it's going to be the 1919 Black Sox tainted Cincinnati Reds against the 1975 world champ Cincinnati Reds. One world champ against the other. Now, eventually, let's say if 1975 wins this one, next week we'll think about 1984 Detroit. Okay? That would be one hell of a series. And I appreciate you bringing it up. And it's one I've already been thinking of. But that reinforces the point that it would be one heck of a fun series to watch. Okay? So it's going to be 1919 Reds that won the Black Sox tainted World Series in that year against my 1975 take it to 7 games and win in Fenway Reds. Oh man. Okay. I think we're just about ready to put this one into the hopper, and let's see what we get. Okay. And Extreme UW thinks it's going to go 5 games to 3. Let's see. I'm not sure how the games are going to go. Because I didn't look to see what rules I was following there. Okay, maybe let's see. I'm using the 1919 settings. It's 7 games. Okay, see here on the screen where it says 7 games. The series length is 7. It's not going to be 8. It's not going to be best of 8. It's going to be best of 7. Okay, so the exhibition series was set up. Okay. The series length was set to 7 games, so we're not going 8 games. That might be something to consider for future consideration, is go by the previous team's rules, okay? But for right now, I'm happy just to go ahead and get it going with this particular setup. Now, let's get in there and see what we can find here. Okay, we have a whole bunch of people. They have only 25 players on the 1919 team, and we only have 25 active players on the 1975 team. So we have the 75 Reds and the 19 Reds against each other in this particular exhibition. I can't wait. This is going to be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here, and we are ready to play. I'm trying to remember now. In 1919, the Reds were not in Crosley Field yet, I don't believe. I don't believe they were in Crosley Field at that time. I think they were in Redlands Park. Let me do a little research, and I can tell you for sure. I can tell you for sure where the game is, okay? Bear with me a moment, please. We're going to say 1919 Reds. Okay, 1919 Reds home park. Redland Field, yeah. They were in Redland Field. They were not in Crosley yet. And in a nice little piece of useless trivia that I can throw at you. Oh, hi there. That would be Clutch Hits LC. Thank you for your follow on the channel. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And the Reds won. The Reds did win the 1919 series. It went to it was best of 9, not best of 7. So that 5-3 would have been it. And there's a whole bunch of drama concerning that. If you get a chance, look at the Wikipedia article on the 1919 Black Sox. It will tell you all of the drama and back and forth that was supposedly happening behind the scenes, where some people, some of the Black Sox players were threatened with not getting any payoffs at all because of the the bookies getting greedy, whatever, and they threatened to stop throwing the series, and they ended up winning a couple. That made it 4-3. The Reds were still up, but then the bookies realized that they had a little bit to lose and went ahead and said, okay, we'll pay you guys after all. We're not going to hold your money back. Okay. Okay, Eleanor Frisbee, I'm playing you. Okay. I'm playing me in the Diamond League playoffs, and I'm up. Oh, that's your team, Eleanor? Oh, you've got the Canterbury Tales. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go take a look. Let me go and take a look. I guess I did not put 2 and 2 together that was you, Eleanor Frisbee. Okay, GG's. Okay, so let's have some fun with that series, and may the most lucky team make it to the World Series. Okay, because right now I'm operating on nothing more than luck. If you look at the teams that I beat to get where I'm at against you in that series, holy moly! Ah. There's really something else going on there. So anyway, I didn't get to my useless trivia about the Reds and one of their home fields. Crosley Field, when it was torn down, became a parking lot of sorts. But a building got built on a large part of the old Crosley Field footprint. And what was it except the printing plant for the Cincinnati Enquirer, where I worked for 25 years. Okay, I worked at the Enquirer in business side infotech for 25 years, and I used to have to go to that Western Avenue printing plant to do some of my job. And I would, every now and then when I got sentimental, I would walk over to the spot where they had painted in the pavement the old location of home plate for Crosley Field. Okay? So, no, sentimentality, okay? This was the luckiest guy in the world to be able to work in a situation like that. And I've already shared with folks before that when I first started working in downtown Cincinnati at the Enquirer back in 1990, I started in July of 1990, my office was on the same floor as a management agency that represented a large part of the Big Red Machine. So any given day in my job, I could be walking around the building. I might see Johnny Bench, I might see Pete Rose, I might see Joe Morgan, I might see Tony Perez. I might see Ken Griffey Senior. I might see George Foster. All of those dudes, plus maybe 1 or 2 others that would make much less frequent appearances, like Concepcion, who was a Venezuelan resident and would come up only when he needed to. Okay, but for me to be able to be in the same building as these guys, okay, the same building, the same floor. Okay, so anyway, that's another story. And yes, Eleanor Frisbee, Crosley was a cool looking park. And if you ever get down to the new ballpark, Great American Ballpark, they have a simulation of the slope of the outfield slope that was out in left field. There was a left field slope there that went uphill, and they have a simulation of that slope in front of Great American Ballpark, and it's on that slope where Joe Nuxhall he's on the pitching mound on the slope. Okay, yeah, uphill center field. There you go, Extreme UW. It had an uphill center field, and I think a little bit in left center as well. Okay, but the slope was really crazy. But the slope is simulated in part of the landscaping around the front of Great American, and in the middle of that slope, Joe Nuxhall has just released a pitch, and at the receiving end of that pitch, you got Ernie Lombardi catching and Frank Robinson at the bat. Okay, 3 extremely cool statues, all 3 done by the same dude. The guy's name is Tom Hushia. He is an extremely talented local sculptor. He has done all of the sculpture work of famous Reds that are around Great American Ballpark. Johnny Bench is in his own spot over by the Hall of Fame and Museum, Hall of Fame Museum and Gift Shop. That is the Reds Pro Shop. He is over that away. There's a separate entrance to the stadium through there. And then Joe Morgan is to the north of the main entrance of Great American. He is sliding into a base, okay, and Pete Rose sliding into a base, head first. All of these statues are in and around Great American Ballpark, and they are so freaking cool. It makes a trip down to the ball yard, to the old ball orchard, a pleasure for this old Reds fan. So anyway, let's get on with our simulation here. We got the 1919 Redland Field Cincinnati Reds against the 1975 Riverfront Stadium Cincinnati Reds. And I think we'll simulate a couple of games until we get our hands around how the series is looking, okay? Hod Eller is pitching for the 1919 Reds against Donnie Gullett, okay? Two excellent pitchers. Hod Eller is a righty. Gullett's a very famous lefty, okay? Let's get into, and we will run a simulation. We're not going to play it out play by play. We're going to simulate the game until we get our hands around who's doing well in the series. Then we'll start playing play by play. And we got 12 minutes and 13 seconds until our next ad. So let's see what we got here. And the 1919 Reds pulled it out 2-1. Let's look at the box score. Gullett took it on the chin. Hod Eller was the winner. No home runs in that game. And this game would have taken place in Riverfront Stadium, the home field of the 75 Reds, because they are hosting games 1 and 2. I think 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, and 5 will take place at Redland Field. And then if we get that far, games 6 and 7 will be back in Riverfront Stadium. So let's look at the box score of game number 1, okay? Got off to a quiet start today with the traveling Cincinnati 1919 Reds. They had to take the time machine to get there. A low-scoring 2-1 win over the host, he said. Host. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that, Chino 1976. I did not know that that they attempted to emulate the Crosley Field slope. Okay. Yeah, Extreme UW. If you ever do make it to Great American Ballpark, it is cool. That is cool. Old Derek Bell got hurt. Well, I'll tell you, there was a share of Reds players and opposing players that got hurt on the Crosley slope as well. But that's another story. Okay, so what we have going here, it looks like, let's see, Bressler. Was that Scotty Bressler? I think. No, what's his first name? Rube Bressler. Okay, Rube Bressler hit a run-scoring single against Don Gullett in the top of the 2nd inning. And in the bottom of the 6th, Ken Griffey Senior reached on an error by the first baseman, who would have been Jake Dobbert. Okay, Jake Dobbert was the first baseman, and he committed the error, and they drove in a run there. Then in the bottom of the 9th, it became, let's see, bottom of the 9th? Was that right? Bottom of the 9th? Bottom of the 9th? Huh? That doesn't seem right. There wouldn't have been a bottom of the 9th. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. There would have been a bottom of the 9th. Okay. Get confused in my old age. Pardon the old fart. Okay, so where the scoring happened was all in the 2nd inning. So let's take a look at the game log. That might be more revealing. So we're looking for top of the 2nd, bottom of the 6th. Let's go with that. Top of the 2nd. Here we go. Okay, so Gullett's on the mound. And Ed Roush, who's in the Reds Hall of Fame, drew a leadoff walk to start the top of the second. Then Ivy Wingo came up, and he hits a 2-2 count single, and that would have been, let's see, an infield hit to 4M. That would have been the second base area. So he hit an infield hit to the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Joe couldn't do anything with it, and Roush made it to second, so we got him on first and second, nobody out. Okay, and take a look here. Dobbert gets up there, or Dobbert, and hits a single, and that loads the bases. All the ducks are on the pond, nobody out. Next guy up is Rube Bressler. He hits a single. That's like what, the fourth base runner to reach in a row. Still nobody out. So Ed Roush scored. The bases are still loaded with nobody out. Okay. Then here, Maury Rath, who I think is also in the Reds Hall of Fame, he hit a fly out to center field, and on third base would have been Ivy Wingo. He tagged up and scored on the throw by the center fielder, and Dobbert went to third. Okay, then we got a strikeout and a strikeout to Don Gullett's hot lefty arm, and that got the 75 Reds out of the top of the second, but not before giving up 2 runs to the 1919 Reds for them to take a 2-0 lead. So we go to the bottom of the 6th to see the next scoring action. And here, top of the 6th, I want bottom of the 6th. And there we go. Doggy Perez gets up there, and he hits a leadoff single on a 0-1 count. And we have a sac bunt from Don Gullett, the pitcher, and he sacrificed Perez over to second base, and he was out at first. So the sac bunt worked and moved the runner up a base. So here we ended up, Dan Dreesen, let's see, Dreesen would have been playing first base then, or left? No, he was playing left field at this time. Okay. Dreesen was playing left field. He later played first base after the Reds traded Tony Perez. But anyway, he got up there and hit a ground out to, let's see, to 3-4. Okay, let me see here if I can figure this out. Ground ball to 3-4. That would have been the gap between first and second. Okay, hit the ground ball in the gap between first and second, but Morgan picked it up and threw it to first and got Dan Dreesen out. Or no. Their second baseman, not our first. The old second baseman, not the new second baseman. The old second baseman, I forget his name, but we'll figure it out. So he threw out Dan Dreesen at first, and Perez went to third. Then here we got a foul ball and a ball, and oh, I see. Ken Griffey reached on an error on the first baseman, who we figured that one out already. The E3 scored Perez from third, and that was the only run, an unearned run, that the 1975 Reds got in the entire game. And it went on from there. The bottom of the 9th started out a little promising. Nick Allen came in to catch for 1919. Hod Eller is still on the mound for the 1919 Reds. He gave up a leadoff single to Griffey Senior. Then Morgan gets up and strikes out looking. George Foster gets up and flies out to center field. And then Johnny Bench flew out to left field. And that ended the ball game. So the final score was 1919 Reds 2 and the 1975 Reds 1. That's game 1. Let's get back to business, and we will finish up the day, and we'll get ready to play game 2, and we'll simulate this one as well. Okay? Let us see what we got going here. It's tied up 1-1. Oh, look at that. A slugfest, 11-10. And we got about 4 minutes, 15 seconds till our next ad. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, Chino, I did remember hearing about the flagpole. I guess I did not hear, or if I did hear about it, I just plain flat out forgot about them having a slope out there to emulate Crosley Field. Well, anyway, we are tied up 1-1, and Will McEnany got the win in relief, I'm sure. And let's see, that would be Slim Sally. Okay, I think he is also in the Reds Hall of Fame if I remember correctly. But home runs were hit by Pat Duncan, okay, and Heine Groh. Heine Groh is for sure in the Reds Hall of Fame, and so are JB and the late Little Joe. They each got home runs in that ball game. So if we look at the box score, and instead of taking a look at the entire game log, I think we're doing pretty well here. The 75 Reds got 4 runs in the top of the 8th. So it was 2-1, then 3-1, then 4-3. The 75 Reds take the lead, okay. Then 6-3, or no. That was 4-3. Then 5-3. Then 7-5. The 19 Reds go ahead. Then 7-7. Then 8-8. Then we get to the 11th inning, and 10-11. 19 Reds got 2 in the top, and the 75 Reds got 3 in the bottom to walk it off. Ooh, baby. Okay, that bottom of the 11th inning might be interesting to look at in the game log, which we might look at here in just a moment. But here, Will McEnany he gave up 2 earned runs, but still got the win. Yeesh. So yeah, he was the pitcher of record when the Reds got out of their half, of the opposing half of the 11th inning. So since he was the pitcher of record and he did not come out in favor of another pitcher who otherwise would have won, McEnany ends up getting the W, even though he gave up 2 go-ahead runs in the top of the inning. But over here, that's Dolph Luke. I remember him, okay. I remember he is in the Reds Hall of Fame. I'm not so sure about Jimmy Ring. I don't think he is. And Ray Fisher, I don't believe he is. But Slim Sally, I'm fairly sure, is in the Reds Hall of Fame. So he gave up all 3 runs. Let's see how those 3 runs happened. And let's see, no, Ken Griffey Senior is the star of the game. So let's see what happened in the top of the 11th and the bottom of the 11th, and then we'll move on to get the next game going here, because we have only about a minute to get to our next ad, and we'll take care of that one very, very shortly here. So hang on just a second. We're looking for the top of the 11th, and the top of the 11th looked like this. Wally Regg flied out to left field. Then Larry Koff up there with a 1-out or 1-strike count hit a single to the second base area. It was MD, I guess, 4 up the middle, and it got past the second baseman. Heine Groh got up there and hit a 2-run home run with Larry Koff on first base. He knocked it out of Riverfront. Went 404 feet. Ooh, baby. And it went to the left center gap is where it went out at 404. And it was lights out for the rest of the half inning. Then, bottom of the 11th. Timeout for the next ad break. We'll be right back. Right back after a word from our sponsors, okay? are back. Okay, thanks everybody for putting up with the ads, but we try our best not to be doing any good content while the ads are running. That's the whole aim of taking control of the ads. Okay, so what we have here, Pete Rose is up first, and he draws a leadoff walk on a full count. Then Geronimo is up next, and he hits into a ground ball at he hit it right in front of the plate. Or no, this would have been right in front of the plate. Looks like the catcher picked it up, and they ended up getting the lead runner at second. They got the lead runner at second, and now Geronimo is sitting on first base with 1 out. So Doggy Perez comes up, and with a 1-1 count, hits a fly ball double out to 8L. That would be center field. Looks like maybe over the center fielder's head. Exit velocity of 115.6 mile an hour. He smoked that ball. He smoked it big time. And Cesar goes to third with 1 out. So we have Darrell Chaney pinch hitting up there. He's a shortstop usually by trade, but he was called upon to pinch hit. So he's up there, and he hits a ground out that goes 6-3. Third, that would be the shortstop to the first baseman, and Geronimo came in to score. So the 1919 Reds are still ahead by 1 run with 2 outs now, okay? And what happens here? Concepcion gets up and on a 1-0 count hits a double between left and center field. Hit it in the gap, so it would seem, and that scored Perez, okay? That scored Tony. So now the game is tied up, still with 2 outs. Griffey Senior gets up, draws a 4-pitch walk. Then Little Joe Morgan, he ends up getting what needs to be done here. He hits the single on a 2-2 count. Concepcion goes to third, Griffey to second, but as Concepcion's rounding third, he rounds it and makes it home and walks it off for the 75 Reds with a beautiful walk-off run. Okay? Like to see it. In any case, I love it when I have a situation like this. No matter what happens, the Reds are going to win. So, okay, let's get back. And I think we can finish today, and we will finish another day because that's a travel day, and we will go back in time to Redland Field, and we are tied up 1 game apiece. I think we'll simulate this one too. Maybe I won't play out any of these games. We'll just go ahead and let the sim engine take over because we are starting to get short on time. And I do have 1 more ad break that I need to run, so I need to allow for that. And who knows, this could go to 7 games. It all depends on how these games go and how quickly we get to a situation where somebody's going to win. And now 75 is ahead, 2 games to 1. They won Game 3 at Redland Field by a score of 4-1. Let's look at the box score, and I want to see if it says that the game was at Redland Field. Oh no, that's historically incorrect. That is historically incorrect. The 1919 Reds played at Redland Field. They did not play at Crosley Field yet. Okay? Let me do some research on that, and I'll tell you for sure. Wait a minute. Then why? Okay, they were in Crosley in 19. Let me look. Let me go with Redland Field. See what it says. Okay. Oh. Okay. Redland Field is in the same location as Crosley. Uh-huh. Makes sense. Makes sense. I guess I really didn't know that. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, it used to be named Redland Field. Okay, so yeah, both Redland and Crosley are legitimate names. Okay, so we'll take it. We will take it. Tom Carroll won for the 75 Reds. He was the winning pitcher, and Raleigh Eastwick gets the save. And Dutch Reuther, yep, Dutch Reuther took the loss. 4 runs, of which 3 of them were earned in a complete game effort. 11 hitter. So, but still, a 4-1 ball game. Not a shabby result here. So these guys had to play around with the center field slope that was out there. So I guess I never realized that that Redland Field turned into Crosley later, because it looks like, if I look at the pictures correctly, Redland Field had stands in them that eventually became part of Crosley Field. So anyway, learn something new every day, and I'm the Reds fan in the crowd. Okay, what's going on in chat? What's going on in chat? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, nothing new in chat there since we last looked. So anyway, let's see what happened here. The 1919 Reds started off the scoring with 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, and then the 75 Reds got all 4 of their runs in the top of the 9th. So let us see what happened in the 4th inning, or the 3rd inning with the 19 Reds, and then we'll look at the 9th inning for the 75 Reds. Okay. 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 And it's top of the 4th, I think. Was it top of the 4th? Bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th. No. That wasn't it. I didn't even look at that thing that carefully. Let's go back and look at it again. Let's look at it again. Okay. I'll go through here slowly. I can't even remember what the inning was that I thought it was maybe bottom of the 3rd. Maybe I'm wrong. There we go. It was bottom of the 3rd. Okay, here we go. Rube Bressler was up, and he flied out to center field. Then Dutch Reuther got up there and struck out swinging on a 2-2 count. Greasy Neal, on the first pitch he sees, hits a single to the area of second base, and it's an infield hit. Got past Joe Morgan. Morgan couldn't do anything with it. Now Jake Dobbert is up, and he hit a triple. And we all know what that sounds like. Jake Dobbert and his triple.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
So Greasy Neal came around from first base to score. And that was the first run of the ball game, and that's 1919 Reds 1 and the 75 Reds zip. Until we get to the top of the 9th, and here's where things really start getting hairy and they start falling apart for the 1919 Reds. So Perez hits a leadoff double on a 1-1 count. Doug Flynn is now up. He missed a couple of bunts. Ended up grounding out from the shortstop to the first baseman, and it looks like Doggy Perez stayed still on second base. So we got a man on second base with 1 out. And Dreesen is now up, and he hits a double of his own, and that drove Doggy home with the tying run of the ball game. It is now 1-1. So Dave Concepcion, on the first pitch he sees, hits a single and knocks Dreesen over to third. So we got him on first and third with 1 out. Concepcion stole second on Pete Rose's opening pitch, which was a ball. Concepcion got to second base and didn't draw a throw. And then after that, Pete Rose struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch. Okay, Little Joe Morgan up to the plate next, and now we have 2 outs. 2 outs. top of the ninth, and the game is tied 1-1. So Little Joe gets up there and he hits a single 3D. So I think that 3D is down the first base line. Okay? Somewhere in that neck of the woods. So he ended up scoring Danny Dreesen easily from third base, and Concepcion now gets to third. So the score is now 2-1. And look at here. Concepcion ends up scoring himself because he rounded third and headed for home and made it. So now it is 3-1. 3-1 in favor of the 1975 Reds. And here's big man George Foster. Morgan stole second. And then on the throwing error from the catcher, went to third. And then Foster hits a single to score Little Joe Morgan. And after that, JB struck out looking to end the inning, but not before the 75 Reds took it home 4 times to score and take the lead, and eventually the ball game by a score of 4-1. Bottom of the ninth, very routine. Raleigh Eastwick is on the mound for the 75 Reds. Got Ed Roush to fly out to left field. He got a pop-up to the shortstop off the bat of Heine Groh. And then Ivy Wingo grounded out on the first pitch he saw. Second base, Joe Morgan. To third base, Tony Perez. And that is the ball game. So after 3 games, it is 1975 Reds 2-1. All right. So we're going to finish the day, and we're ready to simulate the next game. Let's see now if the 75 Reds can make it 3-1, or if the 19 Reds can tie it up at 2 games apiece. And we have, oh baby, okay. I think we're going to play out the next game. We're going to play out the next game and jump around if we need to try to get stuff done. So 75 Reds is on the edge of winning the World Series on a 4-1 win. And I don't think we'll go in and look at the box score. Okay. 3-run 8th inning ended up winning it. And it was just like the previous game. The 19 Reds got the first run, and then the 75 Reds came back, tied them up at first in the 6th inning, and then won it with 3 more in the top of the 8th. And won by an identical to the last game 4-1 win, even though they got out hit 12-8. But one thing that worked against the 1919 Reds, look at over here in this last column. 3, count them, 3 errors. That means probably that there was a bunch of unearned runs. And look at, of the 4 runs that scored off of Hod Eller, only 1 of them was an earned run. Of the 4 runs that scored, only 1 was earned. Okay, Gary Nolan got the win over here, and he gave up 1 earned run, 9 innings pitched, 2 complete game efforts here. No relief corps needed for either team. But he gave up 12 hits, only 1 run, and it was earned. And it was a home run. Who hit the home run? Heine Groh hit the solo home run in the bottom of the 4th against Gary Nolan. Okay? So that was the only run that Mr. Nolan gave up over the course of the day. Hod Eller gave up, unfortunately, 4 runs, unfortunately for him, but good for the 75 Reds. Gave up 4 runs, of which only 1 was earned. He struck out 7. Gary Nolan only struck out 1, gave up the gopher ball, and Hod Eller gave up no home runs. He did give up 8 hits. So look at that ERA on him, and Nolan's ERA isn't much worse, okay? Not much worse at all. So anyway, what do we have? What do we have? Something new on the channel? Maxwell's Hammer, thank you for following on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we are through 4 games, and the 75 Reds are taking it to the 1919 Reds. So let's get back to play ball. And I think, yeah, let me go ahead. We'll play this one. We'll play this next one. Okay? And if I have to jump around, I will. Okay? And I'll use AI for all the rules. Okay? They're already set. Everything is going to be AI and no managing at all. Okay? By me. I'm not doing any managing. The AI is going to take it over. The game is in Crosley Field, and the 75 Reds are on the verge of winning the simulated World Series. Let's go. Okay. And I hear the crowd noises. But they got interrupted for a second. Okay. Oh, Eleanor Frisbee's telling me that I'm ahead 3-1 in that sub-league series. Holy crap. Oh. Stay still, my heart. Okay, we're going to take some time and go look at those guys before we finish this stream today, okay? Eleanor Frisbee's keeping me up to date, and thank you so much for doing that, Eleanor. I appreciate it more than words can say, okay? Let's go ahead and let's get this game on the road. We got Davey Concepcion up at the plate against Dolph Luke, or Luque, I forget how to pronounce his last name, whatever. Okay. Davey Concepcion up at the plate, and what does he do? He hits it to the third baseman, Heine Groh, and Concepcion is out at first. Okay, so now up at the plate, Ken Griffey Senior, and here we go. Looks like it's going to drop for a hit. It found some grass. Okay. Thank you for following the channel, the Chino 1976. Thank you for your follow on the channel. Greatly appreciated. Okay, so Little Joe Morgan is now up at the plate, and we got Ken Griffey Senior sitting on first base with that single that he just got. Okay. Little Joe, it finds grass too, so Griffey goes to second base, and Morgan is on first. Men at first and second now with 1 out. And here we have George Foster, the man, up at the plate with men on first and second, and it plunked him. The bases are loaded now with 75 Reds. Actually only 3, not 75, but the 1975 Reds have the bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the first. Let's keep on going. And the next batter is JB. Johnny Bench is up at the plate with the bases loaded full of ducks on the pond, and with a, oh my, foul out to the first baseman. Dobbert caught it. So that was kind of a weak little popper over towards the foul ground grass in, well, that doesn't look like quite like Crosley Field though, does it? It's a little bit large for Crosley Field, but that's another story. We're not going to get into historical splitting of hairs here. Okay, so we now have at the plate Peter Edward Rose, graduate of Western Hills High School on the west end of Cincinnati, on just off Ferguson Avenue, or off of, I'm sorry, Westwood Avenue. Okay, so he is up, and here is the pitch from Dolph Luke, and it is a 2-2 pitch, and he hits it weakly to the second baseman, and the side is retired. The bases were left loaded, and after half an inning, it is 0-0. And the 1919 Reds are coming up to bat. Okay, so Don Gullett is on the mound. Pat Duncan at the plate. Pat Duncan, the, let's see, pinch hitter already? A pinch hitter? Okay. Let's see what's going on here with Pat Duncan. Okay. With a 2-strike count, That's going to find grass, and it's man on first base with nobody out for the 1919 Reds. Pat Duncan on first. Don Gullett gives up a leadoff single. Larry Koff is up. Oh, is this a double play ball? Morgan couldn't do anything with it. The hard slide got the job done, and Joe was not able to get anything done with that ball. So, our man at first base now with one out. And we have Heine Grove, the third baseman, up at the plate. And he is going to bat against Don Gullett. And what does he do? What's going on here? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Caught it up against the wall. Baby, that one went some distance. Heine Grove gave that ball a ride. The deep center field is about as deep as you can hit it without it leaving the ball yard. And there are now two men out and still a man on first. Okay. So Ed Roush of the Reds Hall of Fame is now up again. And what do we have here but a lazy fly ball to George Foster in left field, and he snags it, brings it in. So we left a man on first base, and the 1919 Reds are out. And we go to the top of the second, no score. Okay, here we go. Cesar Geronimo is up at the plate. The Chief with a 1-2 count. Looks like a lazy fly ball to left field. And Bressler pulls it in, and we have one man out. Top of the second. Now, Doggy Perez is up.
Strike three.
Took strike three looking. That looked inside to me on a 2-2 count. He took it, and it was called a strike by the umpire, and that is 2 outs now. And we have coming to the plate Mr. Don Gullett, the pitcher. So let's see what Don does for himself here.
Strike three.
Struck him out with swinging. So after 2 complete innings, it is nothing. 75 Reds, 19 Reds. Let's go. We're ready for the top of the third, or bottom of the second. My bad. We're in Redland Field, which will eventually become Crosley Field. And Ivy Wingo is up at the plate. So what does he do on a 1-strike count? He hits it to Joe Morgan at second, who promptly throws Wingo out at first. So 1 out now, and we have Jake Dobbert coming up to the plate, the first baseman, and he is up there now with a no ball, no strike count, and he hits it really sharply to Joe Morgan, but lunging effort by Morgan. He can't get the ball, can't get a grip on it, and Dobbert is on first with an infield single with 1 out. Okay, man on first, 1 out, and Rube Bressler is up at the plate. And what does he do? He hits a single to right field, and it looks like Dobbert is going to make it all the way to third base. Griffey with a long arm, he's got the strong arm. He just barely missed getting Dobbert out at third base. So they're at first and third with only 1 out. And coming to the plate now, Maury Rath. Okay? And Maury with a 2-1 count hits it to center field, and on the tag up, we have the game's first run. Jake Dobbert came home on the sac fly off the bat of Bressler. Okay? We are 1-0, 19 Reds ahead of the 75 Reds. 1-0. Okay? Man on first base now with now 2 outs after, or I'm sorry, no, 3 outs now. I forgot about the fly ball to center field was the second out. So that strikeout ends the inning, and the 1919 Reds, after 2 complete, are ahead 1-0. Okay, and here up at the plate, we got Davey Concepcion again. And with a 2-1 count, lazy fly ball to left field, and Mr. Bressler reaches up to grab it. 1 out. And now we have Ken Griffey Senior up at the plate. And with a 1-2 count, Ooh, checked his swing, but still got him with the curveball. Checked his swing, and he is out. 2 men out now, top of the third, and coming to the plate should be, and is Little Joe Morgan. And he hits it lazily to center field, and that was an easy 1-2-3 inning for the pitcher, Dolph Luque. I forget how to pronounce his name. I'm going to go with the exotic French-sounding name. Okay. Okay. So after 2.5, it's 1-0. 19 Reds are up. We got 3 minutes until the next ad, so we'll probably have to interrupt the action for the next little bit of action on the sponsor front. Okay, so Don Gullett's still on the mound, and he is facing Jimmy Smith, the right fielder. Okay, so on a 2-1 count, Jimmy Smith hits it to center field. Looks like a lazy fly ball, and Geronimo pulls it in, and we have 1 out in the bottom of the third. Coming up is now Mr. Koff. What does he do? Hit it out to George Foster. George ran back to get it, turned around, and there it was. So 2 men out now in the bottom of the third. So we now have Heine Groh up at the plate. And with a 1-ball count, ooh, nice catch by, oh, great layout catch by Doggy Perez. Tony, the big Doggy Perez, snagged that ball on the fly, had to slide to his right to get it, and we are now at the end of 3 complete, still 1-0, 19 Reds. Okay, George Foster now up at the plate, and with a full count, dings it down the first base line and into right field, and that one found grass, and we have George Foster on first base now, nobody out with the leadoff single. Okay, now we got JB up at the plate, and with a 1-2 count, looks like a pop-up to second base, and yes, Maury Rath caught the ball, and George Foster is still on first base with 1 out now off the bat of Johnny Bench. Okay, 1 out, man on first. Next batter will be Pete Rose, and with a 1-ball count, pops it up to left field, and Foster got back to first base in time. Okay, there we go. There we go. So Mr. Rube Bressler almost got him a double up George Foster on first. So now we still have a man on first with 2 men down now. And Cesar Geronimo, the Chief, comes to the plate. With a 1-2 count, hits it to second baseman Heine Groh, and, Maury Rath. And the Reds are out of the top of the fourth. So 3.5 innings in the books, still 1-0, 1919 Reds. Okay, coming up to the bat is Mr. Ed Roush, and still facing Don Gullett. 3 hits apiece for these 2 teams. And there's my next ad getting ready to come up after the catch is made in center field. Now we will take a break. Okay, here we go. Ad break coming up. Okay, and we are back for action starting in the bottom of the fourth inning. The 1919 Reds are up at bat against the 1975 Reds, and we are playing this game in historic Crosley Field, going back in time to do so. So we've got Ivy Wingo up at the plate against Don Gullett, leadoff hitter with a full count. Looks at ball 4, and he takes a little trot down to first base, and he is on with a leadoff walk. So that's Ivy Wingo on first, nobody out, and here we go. Dobbert swings and hits it out to Geronimo in center field, and he was able to pull in that lazy fly ball. We're down to 1 out now, and still 1 man on first base. That would be Ivy Wingo, and we have Rube Bressler, the left fielder, coming up to the plate, and he, on a 3-1 count, hits it to the mound, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Okay, so the inning is all done. After 4 complete, it's still 1-0 with the 19 Reds on top. Okay, the 75 Reds are up to the plate, and there's Tony Perez, who was the hero, defensive hero of the inning before, when he laid out to his right and snagged a ball on the fly before it could hit the ground, and got the final out of the bottom of the 3rd inning. So we are now in the top of the 5th. Let's see what we get. Doggy. Oh, there's a really nice sliding catch from Mr. Rube Bressler. Really, really nice catch. Put a star by that one in the scorebook. Let me look at chat real quick. Okay, okay. The crowd is melted with their chairs. Okay. Oh, thank you, Chino 1976. I appreciate it. Yes. Eleanor Frisbee. Oh no. Oh my goodness. I'm in the World Series. Oh dear God, I'm in the World Series. Oh man, New Zealand Breaks has to go to work. Okay, thanks. I think, oh man. Looks like I'm going to play the NAFO fellas. Oh my. I don't think I played them all year long. You know, for purely selfish reasons, purely selfish reasons, I'm going to go to the 9th inning. I'm going to jump and take a look. The 75 Reds are going to take the series. We are in the top of the 9th. Let's go half an inning. Okay, 5-1. Let's go into the bottom of the 9th. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play this one out. There's an out right there to the mound, and Gullett's still pitching, so he's on the mound. So 1 out now. Ed Roush at the plate. With a 2-2 count, he grounds out to Little Joe Morgan, and we're down to our final out of the game. The 1919 Reds, not just the final out of the game, but the final out of the series, if indeed it happens to be that way. So, Ivy Wingo up at the plate, Don Gullett on the mound. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and the 1919 Reds are behind 5-1. And with a 2-2 count, he struck him out swinging, and we have us a World Series championship that has fallen into the hands of the 1975 Reds. So they are undefeated. Well, really, actually, once defeated, because the 76 Reds took him in the very, very first one of these simulations that I did. So the 75 Reds, since they knocked off the 1927 Yankees, they have not lost yet. So they are 2-0 in their most recent run of simulations. So I'm really pleased to see that. GG's to the 1919 Reds. You gave it your best shot, but these guys weren't paid to throw a series. Okay, so we will call our quits on that. The series is done. The series is done. How did they get those 4 runs? Don Gullett helped his own cause by hitting a 2-run single. And Doggy reached on an error by the second baseman. That would have been Maury Rath. That drove in a run in the top of the 8th. And then George Foster hit a run scoring triple. So there's where the 4 runs came from right there. But Don Gullett with a 2-run single of his own to help his own cause. Holy moly. So we are ready to finish the day and finish the series. Okay? Let's get... I don't know if I can stand this. I'm starting to get too emotional too soon. The first time in a live game cycle, I am in a Diamond World Series. GG's to Eleanor Frisbee and his Canterbury Tales. I seem to remember that I took out, we played 7 games over the regular season and I took 5 of them. Let me spam an ace of bronze and then we'll jump in and take a look at this. I'm trying my best to keep my composure together. I'm trying my damnedest. Now, we might come back out and take a look at this 98 later. But for right now, I'm going to see the final game of the Canterbury Tales series. That would be Eleanor Frisbee. And I want to look at that team a little closer. A.B. Crawford. That's why I didn't know it was Eleanor Frisbee. A.B. Crawford 72 is Eleanor Frisbee in Twitch. Holy moly. The wild card magic is continuing. And my Flames are in a Diamond World Series. Oh, the drama is reaching a fever pitch. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Don't lose your cool, Joe. I'll tell you though, it's going to happen off stream. It's certainly going to happen off stream. I've got about 10 minutes before I need to cut things off. I'm not even sure. I don't even have a scheduled game. So this next sim coming, that will stop at 5 p.m. Eastern time. The next sim coming in at 5 p.m. Eastern time, it's maybe going to tell me who I'm going to play. But I have won the sub-league series, or the league championship series, 4 games to 1, best of 7 against Eleanor Frisbee's Canterbury Tales. So GG's and better luck next time to Mr. Frisbee. If you want to call Eleanor a Mr. or Ms. Frisbee. Anyway, long way around the horn. I'm in a World Series. Okay, so we'll see how all this plays out. Be watching in Discord to see how things go. But in the meantime, I want to go take a look and see what I did in that final game. I want to see how those games went. Okay. NAFO is ahead of New Zealand 3 games to 2. New Zealand had to leave. Did I even play NAFO this year? But here I am. I won the deciding game 5. Oh, look at those games. Oh, look at, see, Canterbury got one on me. They won, and Eleanor told me about this in the game. You know, in the stream, that he won 17-5. But look at here, this game 3, 10-0. Then I won this one 7-6. Then 4-2. Then 8-4 in game 5. Oh, baby, baby, baby. I'm in the World Series. Let's look and see how I did here. Let's look and see how I did here. 1 run, 2 runs, 2-1, 2-1, 4-1, 4-3, 4-4, 8-4. Bottom of the 8th was the telling of the tale. Let's see what happened in the bottom of that 8th inning that put me ahead in a position to make it to a Diamond World Series for the first time ever. Wasn't bottom of the 6th. I think it was no, it was bottom of the 8th. Here we go. Oh, look at what happened. Look where those 4 runs came from. Sisler struck out. Little Joe was intentionally walked. Brooksy is on third. Shoeless Joe on second with a double. Little Joe intentionally walked. Sisler struck out looking. Joe Mauer, bless his little pea-picking heart, hits a salami to put me in the World Series. Can you believe it? I sure can't. I can't. Go look at my Willie McCovey. Oh, yeah, I know, Eleanor Frisbee. GG's to you, buddy. Okay. But I need to go take a look at my Willie McCovey. McCovey slammed 8 home runs. Oh, you're kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Okay, was he the MVP? Let me look. Let me look. The best place to look at that, I need to go back a screen. Okay, here we go. Is he the MVP? Player of this game was Joe Morgan, but let me back up one more. There we go. Willie McCovey. Oh, he hit 8 home runs? According to this, he only hit 2, but he had 10 RBIs. The Diamond 3. Oh, wait a minute. That's over the course of the games that he played after I got him added. Oh my. Okay. So here, let's add him up down here. Okay, McCovey got 2 home runs here that got him to 4 total for the series. Down here, McCovey got no home runs. So I'm guessing from the way this looks, McCovey didn't have 8 home runs. It looks like he had 4. He had 2 in, wait a minute, hang on a second. Oh yeah, he had his first home run in game 1, his second home run in game 2, his third and fourth home runs in game 3. So he pretty much carried the club in the 3 games that pushed us ahead 3 games to zip. Then we kind of took it easy here, and Canterbury cleaned our clock 17-5. Sid took the hard loss, and their Vida Blue won it. I don't have my own Vida yet, but I'm working on him. But Benitez was the pitcher of record at the time that our Reds scored their 4 runs to get the win, and Mauer got the salami to ice it up. Woo-hoo-hoo. So McCovey looks like he had 4 home runs, not 8, according to these stats anyway. Okay. 8 home runs for the playoffs. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I see now what you mean. Yeah, 8 home runs in the playoffs. Okay. No bad there at all, Eleanor. I appreciate the updates. I really do. So, thank you, Cubs fan. I'm going to need every little bit of luck that I've got to my name. I want to go take a look and see how I have done against these other guys. The NAFO fellas, that sim is going to come in. I think we got a few minutes left. I'll wait until that sim comes in. Then I'll go raid somebody, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cavacom that I raid. Hang on just a second, and we'll tell you for sure. And I think Cavicom is going to be running. Cavicom is running, okay? So I'm going to be sending everybody over to Cavicom as soon as we are done with this next sim, so I can see if I'm going to be playing the NAFO fellas for sure, or if I'm going to be playing against the New Zealand breaks, and that guy just took off for work, okay? Because it's actually already Monday over there. He was also saying in his, it wasn't him that was saying it in Discord, I don't think, but was going to be at work for a couple of weeks, and he could not, if it wasn't New Zealand breaks, it was somebody else in Discord saying that he could not make a 4-man rotation for the playoffs because he was going to be AFK for 2 days, and he wouldn't be around to change the pitching rotation back to a 5-man from a 4-man. So he left his pitching at 5-man because he would not have the opportunity to change it from 4 back to 5 in time for the season to start tomorrow morning. So anyway, that's what's going on. And I'm going to wait that minute and a half till we see. I want to see how I did against the NAFO fellas, if indeed I played them at all. I'm not so sure that I did. Went to the league reports. Now I'm going to choose the team-by-team league report, and here I am here. I did not play the NAFO fellas team at all. I did play New Zealand breaks for a series of 3, and I won all 3. But that was during the regular season, and we all know by now that the RNG is screwed. Between the regular season and the postseason, there are 2 different beasts altogether. Okay, now let's get back to the postseason, and we are waiting 56 seconds for the sim to start. And I'm excited to see if I'm going to play NAFO, who I have not faced yet this season, or New Zealand, still having a shot at it, but I still won't have a winner until Game 7. Wait a minute, you know what? Wait a minute. Is their series going to be even in the sim? No, it's not. The sim is not going to be happening at 5 o'clock. Look at there. Look at there. They are in between Game 5 and Game 6. So 5 o'clock sim isn't going to get me anything. I'm not going to find out anything from the 5 o'clock sim. This is going to happen at 5:15. This is going to happen at 5:30 if indeed it is necessary. Okay? So, that having been said, let's go get ready for a raid, shall we? I think we're about ready. Okay? Okay. Let us go, and we'll get to our chatting screen here. Hey, I need to have a giveaway before we go. It's time for a giveaway. Be ready. We're going to do a 25,000 perfect point giveaway, and then we'll send everybody over to Cavicom. Okay? Be ready, because I'm going to get it started. Where is it? 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 Where's my giveaway? There it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Be ready. We're going to get this thing started. Now, we have a 25,000 perfect point giveaway we're going to do. And we are going to see how things go. We're going to have 2 minutes in here, and then we're going to call off the giveaway, or that is end the giveaway, and draw a winner. The way to enter: exclamation point ticket, exclamation point enter. Either one will get you in. Only do one of the two, and only do it once. Don't put a number at all after the word ticket or the word enter, regardless of what chat says. I have zero control over what Stream Elements puts out there in the chat. Okay, I have no editing ability on that particular chat command that they automatically put out there with a giveaway. I want to be able to do it, but don't pay attention to the number that it says to put in after the word enter or the word ticket. No number at all. exclamation point enter or exclamation point ticket. Then punch it in and you're ready to go. Only do either one of them only once. Don't do ticket if you've already done enter. Don't do enter if you've already done ticket. Because if you enter more than once, if you put in more than one entry, even accidentally, it will kick you out of the giveaway, and I don't want to see that happen to anybody, okay? And also, at the end of this, I'm going to be asking for an OOTP username where you want the 25,000 perfect points to go. That is going to be needing the correct capitalization of your OOTP username. Okay, regardless of how you punch it in when you go to log in, you might use no caps at all. But if your actual username has caps in it, I need to know those caps. Okay, and I will be getting that from you in the form of a Twitch whisper. Okay, if you're all ready, let's start this giveaway, and it's going to be for 25,000 perfect points. Let's go. Okay, got 20 some seconds until it starts, but exclamation point ticket, exclamation point enter. Okay, some people are in there. Only get in once. Only get in once. Okay, so far so good. We are up to 12 people in chat who have entered. Pretty good odds right now. Pretty good odds. Archlick is in there. Hey, thank you, Jeff W0908. Thank you for the follow on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So, Cali Doom, exclamation point enter. Thank you, sir. Okay. Then Chino, I don't know quite how to pronounce it. JSpy83 is in there. Okay. Slibbert is in there. And Nikki G 1986, thank you for following on the channel. We greatly appreciate it. And first time chatter Weldon06 getting in with the ticket, and also Nikki G 1986 chatting for the first time. Thank you. Okay, and another first time chatter PTCS 1750. Ooh, that sounds a little bit like a tournament. Like a cap tournament. Okay, thank you for being in there. Chino, thank you. Okay, like Chino, California, right? The Chino, okay. And Draggle Fred is in there for the first time on the chat. Thank you for getting into chat. Zen Lunatic 16, Aussie 7227. We're getting in there pretty good. We're getting in there good. Just like Chino, California, we have 25 tickets purchased so far. And there's the Space Pope, and Cusack. Okay, both of them in there. We now have 27 entries with 20 seconds to go from now, and then we will close the giveaway and get ready to draw a winner in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is now closed, and we are going to draw a winner from the 27 entries in this giveaway. And the winner is the Chino 1976. Congratulations, you have just won 25,000 perfect points. Yay! All right, great. Okay, so happy to see that. Congratulations, Chino. Okay, we are going to whisper you. Bear with me just a second. And I have to go to Twitch to do the whisper. So let me get back to my page here. And I'm doing a whisper. Please bear with me. Please bear with me. Oh, Obelix Prime got in too late. Cusack. Oh, no. Okay. We had some too late. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, Eleanor Frisbee was too late. Ah, shoot. Sorry about that. All right, I need to whisper the Chino. And here we go. Now here, the Chino, I'm going to be asking for your OOTP username. And with the correct pronunciation, or correct capitalization, okay, I've just shot you a Twitch whisper. So if you could please put your OOTP username with the correct capitalization in there, I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay? Laertes 1 forgot to threaten in order to win. like our winner last week did. Remember that? That was so funny. That was so funny. But Chino is going to win 25,000 perfect points, and we will get them to him as soon as the stream is over. I'm going to shoot his OOTP username over to a helper at OOTP, and they will award the 25,000 perfect points in that way, shape, or form. Now let's get ready, folks. And I'm going to send you off to Cavicom. Ready? We are going to raid Mr. Cavicom. Okay? Alrighty, so here we go. And as we do so, Gorgo 2005, rounding third and heading for home. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in and spending time with me today. And again, congratulations to the Chino 1976, who won the giveaway with a 3.7% chance to win. Ooh, baby. So that was a pretty cool bean. So I'll wait for you in your OOTP, or if you don't get back to me in the whisper, try to get me over in the Discord. If you're a member of Discord, the OOTP Discord, or even on any Discord whatsoever, you can DM me there and make sure that I get your OOTP username. Okay? So we are ready to go raid Cavicom. Give him all the love, and we will catch you all later now. Take care now. Bye-bye.